Hey guys, Clifford Chicken here, and welcome back to Locked Heart again. I just can't stop playing this because hot enemy told me, guys. Ah. Anyways, I barely slept from that night, fussing and worrying about this love triangle I'd foolishly stumbled into somehow without me even knowing it. Oh well. I had to stop these feelings before their roots reached too far into my heart and to weed out. Lily said she wouldn't be upset since we're friends, but I know she's lying to me. Probably, maybe, I don't know. But I still didn't think it was fair that I pursued these feelings when I knew how much she liked Soul. I did not know what to do about this. Lily openly told me she wasn't going to confess her feelings, and it would be wrong of me to tell Soul how she feels. And Soul no doubt is too dense to notice on his own. I sighed, wandering the halls, which I had been doing since breakfast. Oh, Lady Aura! A startled voice yanked me from my thoughts. I jumped away from Soul, who was walking down the hall in the opposite direction. Hello again, pretty blushy boy! A deep blush spread across his cheeks. My apologies, you seem to be in deep thought. Oh, no problem. You're perfect. You can interrupt me anytime. Do you have a problem? I tilted my head to the side, confused by Soul's shaken demeanor. Yes, darn, you got the S, and I... He always seemed so calm and collected about everything. It was unnerving because the shire he behaved, the more anxious I felt. Things were changing too quickly for me to keep up. Shaking my head a little to get my mind on track, I looked up at Soul. Ooh, ah, well. Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna be nice to Lily. I'm honest and truthful. I'm not gonna ask about... because that'd be rude, asking about people. So, I was just wondering. My question caught Soul. Have you ever fallen in love? Yes, I want to know. My question caught him off balance. He boggled at me for a moment, jade eyes wide with shock. You were in deep thought because of that? Well, not exactly, but close enough. I shrugged a little, embarrassed about how amused he was. Just wondering... Darn it, phone! How dare the phone interrupt my moment with Soul, the beautiful blonde prince? How dare you? Whatever. Just wondering. He tipped his head away, still, hands near the mouth, his hands near the words. His blush had... his had receded, but a dusting of pink remained. Oh, the blushies! Actually, I have. Really? I stared at him with deep curiosity welling up. Yes. It was 7 years ago when Father brought me to the city for the first time. And? I was in awe, seeing so many amazing things, but only one caught my attention. I urged him to continue, exciting as I watched with sparkles in his eyes seem to dance all around him. So beautiful. I can almost remember like it was yesterday. He closed his eyes and placed his hands on his breastbone. Breastbone, yeah, that's a thing. His smile completed his dreamy state. For the first time, I had this fluttering feeling in my chest. I may not have felt it before, but I'm sure it was love at first sight. So, what was this person like? I'm guessing it wasn't a person. It may have been like a dress or like a building or a statue. See? Person? Soul opened his eyes, staring at me as if I had gone mad. I was talking... Yeah, see? I was right! Yay! Woo! I was talking about a beautiful dress that was on display in the tailor shop window. I gaped at him, lips parted in shock. For a moment, I thought Soul was the best actor on earth, but his genuine aura, told me that he was serious. You fell in love with a dress? Saying it slower did not make the idea sound less strange. Soul didn't seem to notice. He was his smile unwavering. Indeed. Poor Lily. To think that her true rivals were actually dresses. How can she compete with that? Trying to return to my original objective of disengaging from this love triangle, I went for a more direct question. How about a person? Have you ever liked a girl before? Solden answered first, his cheeks suddenly red. When he turned his face away, I saw the elegant angles his jaw created, making my heart spiral out of control. Ah! I know Soul's attractive, but why am I only reacting now? I do not act like myself whenever I'm with you. Ah, yes, love me! I was so distracted with my excited heartbeat that I missed Soul's reply. He was murmuring something, but I could not quite understand it. What did you say? Nothing. Oh, babe, no. An awkward silence drifted between us. Tell me again, please. Soul appeared thoughtful about something, and I was suddenly too nervous to ask what. The truth is, I don't know what it feels like to be in love. He shifted his gaze back to me, the red in his cheeks seeming to deepen. I resist the urge to look down, struggling to maintain my composure and not assume anything. Though, perhaps, I've already fallen for someone. A soft sigh followed Soul's confession, making it very hard to figure out what he meant. Who was he talking about? Me? Probably. Really? Soul gazed at me for a moment, his jeweled eyes glistening like a mid-afternoon sun streaming from the window. Getting closer. I didn't realize how hot my cheeks were until Soul's cool fingers brushed against them, moving a stray lock of hair behind my ears. Huh? Soul sighed, his fingers lingered at my ear. I wonder. Oh, that smile! What are you thinking? Before I could get my thoughts under control and say anything more than his name, Soul pulled his hand away and walked towards the window. Oh, come back! Come back! To tell you the truth, it doesn't matter. I doubt she would love me back. I tilted my head and my brow instinctively furrowed. Ignoring my flustered heartbeat, I tried again to figure out who Soul meant. Lily wasn't shy about her feelings, but then Soul was dense about that sort of thing. Still, that last part bothered me. No matter who he meant, I didn't understand why he was giving up without even trying. Soul didn't seem like himself. What makes you say that, Soul? I stepped closer. Sighing, Soul rested against the windowsill. I'm not the perfect prince you and Lady Lily keep calling me. I act this way because it's my role. Oh, you're that kind of guy. Oh, make me love you more. I'm sure I wouldn't change Lily's feelings about you. I'm sure that wouldn't change how Lily feels about you. I clapped my hands over my mouth, eyes open wide. That was one thing I was not supposed to say. Before I could try and recover, Soul looked over at me. His smile was soft, but so sad. Something in his expression told me the truth. You knew? So, why pretend that you don't? I cannot accept or reject her feelings for me. I cannot bear to hurt my friend. Oh, babe, no, baby boo, no. Why am I calling you baby boo? I don't know. Soul, no. I didn't know what to say. I knew Lily would stop being Soul's friend, right? But it wasn't. I wouldn't stop being Soul's friend, but it wasn't right for her to speak speak in this situation. Lady Lily is a great person. She deserves someone better than me. No! No! You deserve me! Me! You with that smile! Soul. I wanted to say something to reassure Soul. So many S's! Reassuring. Something reassuring to I can't speak. My thoughts were confused. He said he didn't feel the same towards Lily. But if not Lily, was it some girl he knew in the past, before the curse happened? I think it might be you. Maybe. I wonder if it was why Soul seemed so unhappy. He lost the girl he loved, and he thinks she won't accept him after all these years. When I looked up, his gaze was drifting out the window. I am but a puppet with strings still attached to its master. No. No matter what I enjoy or love in life, I have to live up to my father's expectations. Darn it! Why are all these kind of characters like this? Like, you're that kind of character who's like, I can't be this. I have to do this. Oh, boy. I hesitate surprised to hear Soul's admission. I'd been here at the mansion for quite some time now, but this is the first time Soul lows guard with me. I wonder if I will still be accepted if I bring down the perfect facade I've been keeping up for so long. Soul, not to be disrespectful, but your father isn't here anymore. Can't you be yourself again? Soul twisted to look at me, surprise lifting the melancholy away from his face for a moment. His shoulders slumped, and then he shook his head. The memories haunt me every night. I knew it. It's one of those things, like the father's like, you can't do that. He's like, no. That makes me love you more because you're so tormented. I want to help you. I always see him watching my every move, and his disappointed look whenever I mess up. It's paralyzing. Let me help you! Let me love you! A sharp pain dug in my chest. Seeing Soul like this, so hurt and vulnerable and sad, was painful. My heart was still not beating properly, and this feeling was not good at all. So you see, Lady Aura? Soul turned his body towards me, leaning against the window. I felt him looking at me, even though I'm not sure he really saw me anymore. Even if I were in love with someone, I always had a list of potential wives, thanks to my father. It's just my fate. So the thought of Soul being with someone he didn't have feelings for left me uncomfortable and bothered. What bothered me more was the thought of Soul being with another girl. It's your life, Soul. You should be allowed to live how you want. I blurted this statement out before Soul could say anything else. When he looked over at me, his brow furrowed into a confused tangle. Those beautiful green eyes staring at me like I'd lost my mind. Well, it's just... Lady Aura, what you're proposing is not so simple. If it were, I'd have done it already. I'll always be tied to my father's strings. Biting on my lip and shifting to one side, I spoke the first thing I thought of. I can just say because I know if I'll say I'll cut the strings, it'll probably get me better on his path. And if I tell him to do it on his own, he'll be like, no, I can't. Oh man, such a hard choice. What time am I at? I got a little more time. I'm gonna go crazy. Still such a hard choice. I went and asked a few people, but I'm like, I feel like I should go with cut the strings myself because I want to be with him and I want to prove that I love him, but I don't want to be like, I'm gonna step in and change your life. At least I saved. I can go back, right? I saved, right? Is that the save? Is that the save? I have no idea. well, we're gonna go this way. Soul, if you can't cut them, then I'll cut them. I want you to be happy, Soul. After speaking, I bowed my head and embarrassed I'd made such a bold proposal. When only silence greeted me, I looked up towards Soul, as nervous as I was curious. He didn't seem happier after. I'm sorry. Do you realize what you're saying, Lady Aura? I flinched. I'm sorry, but choices are not fun. My landlady used to say I often acted impulsively without. I thought about this. I asked like 2 people, and one went for the other one, one went for the other one, and I was like, ah! However, this was not something I had to think about. I only wanted to bring a smile to Soul's face. Yes, I do. I remember what Soul had asked before. I tried another tactic. In response to what you said, in response to your earlier question, yes, you will be accepted. A flicker of hope passed over Soul's face, but it was fleeting. How can you be so sure? They're your family, Soul. How can they not? He seemed unsure of my words, still hesitating by the window. When I looked closer, I saw he was biting his lip, which suggested Soul did want to believe what I said. I searched my memories, and a perfect example came to mind. Do you remember what Dion said a couple weeks ago? About how he missed you being yourself? That you shouldn't that tell you? I lost my strength in my voice, my thoughts breaking down. Oh, the sad music's back. I'm sad now. Anyway, instead of hopeful smile, Soul's expression became cold. Colder than I thought he would ever appear. Soul? With all due respect, Lady Aura, my older brother is the reason I'm trapped in this role. At first, I didn't understand what he meant. Right. Dion should have been the heir. I wonder why... Before I could collect and speak my thoughts, Soul turned away. I'm sorry, Lady Aura, but I'd like to be alone. I'm sorry! But Soul... do I go back and do I change? No. I'm not going back to change anything. I play through it exactly the way I do it. I only save it so I can go back after I finish his route to see the other options. But no changing. I'm sorry. I stopped, and when he turned away from me, my shoulders drooping with rejection. This topic obviously was hurting him. I couldn't think of anything comforting to say. Okay, Soul, I understand. Good luck with your work today. I hurried out of the room, my chest tight with pain. As Aura dashed down the hall, another figure made his way closer into the opposite direction. Well, that was rather interesting conversation. Forcing a grin didn't hide the genuine concern from Dion's expression. Soul flinched and twisted a face to him. Soul attempted to hide his feelings behind a small smile. How long were you standing there, brother? Who knows? Silence drifted between them for a moment. Dion sighed. I'm glad that you're finally being honest with your feelings. Aura was right about what she said. Soul's smile faded and his gaze grew towards the window again. You have the right to decide that because that's what you wanted, not what everyone expects you to. That's rich, brother, coming from you. Dion flinched as if Soul's words were a physical strike. I'm trying to figure out. I had a voice for him and I forgot what it was. He hadn't heard Soul speak this way, his cold and distant. After all, you did whatever you wanted to, leaving everyone to pick up your responsibilities. I never did. I'm gonna give him the nasally voice, but not as high pitched before. It's the way I can distinguish them. Soul, I never wanted to burden you with being the heir. How can I believe that when you've done nothing but drop your responsibilities onto me for over 7 years? Dian went quiet and his posture tense with conflict. He looked at Soul with pain streak through his brown eyes if he wanted to tell him something, but had no words from his lips. Soul closed his eyes, sighing as he touched his fingers to his forehead. If I turned my back as the heir, Father was gonna marry off Gold to a man of his choice. I wouldn't have let him do that to our sister. Dian's lips parted, his brown irises now tarnished with shock. He had no idea their father could be so underhanding. Shame and anger flushed over Dian's cheeks, but he hedged his response. So, our father wouldn't go through that with our father wouldn't go through with that plan. How do you know? It's not like you were around protecting Gold from Father. Soul opened his eyes and stared at Dian from the side, brow furrowed with annoyance. It was unsettling for Dian to see Soul angry after so many years of pretending he didn't know Soul's smile was fake. Especially when Dian knew Soul never told anyone what really happened. The real reason why he was removed as heir. Dian shrunk where he stood, sadness washing over his face. Why? Why didn't you talk to me, Soul? Because I can't trust my older brother will be there when I need him. That's harsh. That's very sad. Dian looked up at Soul, pressing his lips together. There was so much he wanted to say, but the words couldn't form. They were stuck together in his heart, a dagger that carried for years, but could not dislodge. As the sigh deflated his chest, Dian burrowed his head, excused himself from the room. Bye. Soul didn't stop him. No, I'm sad. At least I'm still on his route. I didn't know I was risking a big thing, but we're gonna save it. Go to number 3 and save. Yes. So that was a hard choice decision. Oh boy. Once I finish this route as is, I'll go back and see what other effects choices were. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, poke the button. You go poke the button. That's how you do it on my channel. You poke it. Check out my other videos, other stuff I do on my channel. Yeah, that's all I got. Bye.